Morning, everybody. Just getting the music ready. If you're here, go ahead and sign in down at the bottom. Morning. Sign in down at the bottom. There we go. Chris Bryant. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Yoga class. You'll need your mat, blocks, strap. Blanket if you want to sit on a blanket. We're doing some hip opening today. I want to get our hips opened because we will be doing pigeon and cradle the baby, which takes a lot of hips. So we'll start by warming up, breathing. Some of you, if you saw my little cartoony thing this morning about Ujjayi Pranayama, which is breathing like Darth Vader, in through the nose, out through the nose, and bringing up that resonance in your throat. So think about that today. Takes your mind off all the things going on in the world, because all you can do is think about breathing, which is a good thing. Morning, Miss Catherine. Good to have you here. Go over to the other side of the page and send me some hearts. I like hearts. Or you can send me a smiley face with the hugs. I like that too. It's a beautiful day out. Let's get started with some yoga. So let's start on our mat. Standing. Toes together, inch between your heels. And just let your arms just softly hang at your side. Shoulders rolled back and down, and take the crown of your head, that very top of your head, and lift it up toward the sky. Making that spine, just lengthen that spine. Let that tailbone root itself into the earth. Deep breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, and bring up that resonance in your throat. Sounds like Darth Vader. Close your eyes and just focus on that breath. It's pressing those lungs against the rib cage, and feel the rib cage expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. And just bring yourself into the place, into the room that you are in, to the mat that you are on, and let go of all outside thoughts. We're here for just the next few minutes to take care of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Take a deep breath up. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up. Release your left hand to your side and reach up through right fingertips. Lateral flexion all the way down that right side. Take a deep breath, reach higher. And then go ahead and look up at your hand. Breathing and stretching. Then release your head and look down to the outside of your left toes. Inhale and exhale that arm down. Left arm comes up. Reach and stretch. Look up at the palm of your hand. Breathing, stretching. Each exhalation, we reach further. Then release and look down on the outside of those right toes. And release that arm down. Now inhale, right arm up and over into crescent. Stretching even further. Today let's take that arm out to the side, draw it back and back up and over your head into a deeper stretch. See if you can look up at your hand here. Look down at your toes. Inhale and exhale that right arm down. Left arm comes up and over, crescent. Turn and look up at your left palm. Release and look down at your toes. Now let's bring that right arm up. Intertwine your fingers, index fingers together, thumbs side by side. Reach and stretch. Take a deep breath, lift higher. As you take the next inhalation, as you exhale, take it back to the right. Inhale, exhale back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. It's a great stretch for us, especially if you've been sitting a lot, which happens to be what a lot of us have been doing lately. Inhale, exhale back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Bring those arms down, shoulder height, palms facing the sky, and draw those arms back. Open up that chest. Open up that heart. Center. Take a breath. Let those shoulders just drift away from your ears. And then float those hands down to your tailbone. Intertwine your fingers here. Roll those shoulders back and down and lift. If you'd like, hinge at the hips and take those arms up high. Then release down to your tailbone. Just let them drop. Soften those knees and roll your spine up. All right. Let's go to the top of our mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Turn those hands wide. Inhale, arms to the sky. And swan dive, flat back, forward fold. Soften the knees as you come down, resting on fingertips with cup palm. Release your head and shake it out. Let's do our 5 breaths here. At each breath, we start to straighten those legs. First breath, just lift those hips. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. And one more time. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe. Bring your hands to your shins. press your upper body weight against those shins and look forward. Abdominals working here. Inhale, exhale, and drop back into forward fold. Let's step back onto all fours. Hands and wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread your fingers wide. And then take it up into your cat back stretch. Bringing that breath into the upper back. Inhale, exhale, drop into cow pose. Navel drops toward the mat, pelvis tilts. Press up through the arms, look forward. Feel that stretch through the lower back. Take a breath there. Then inhale, exhale, back up to cat. Take a deep inhalation, drop into cow. And then inhale, cat. Inhale, exhale as you drop into cow. Let's take our knees to the outside edges of the mat. Toes stay together. Come up on those knees. Press your fists into your hips. Roll those shoulders back and down. Head comes forward. Gently look up. Take a deep breath as you exhale. Lean back and stretch from knees to neck. Gentle camel pose. Then release. Sit back over those lower legs. Sit into a wide leg child pose. Forehead to the mat. Arms to our sides and let your shoulders drop. Come back up onto all fours. Bringing those hands and wrists back under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's thread the needle this morning. Start with that right arm as we thread it under the left. This is a back of the shoulder stretch. You're just going to come down and just onto that forearm, look out to the left, and just stretch the back of that right shoulder. It's a hard place to get to, but this does the trick. Then release and press back up. Same side with the left. We're going to thread that left arm through underneath the right and onto that shoulder. Come down looking off to the left. Here your hips and your knees can be in alignment with each other. And come back up. Do a little, give me a cat back stretch and drop into cow. Just work that back out. All right. Today, come down onto your belly. Elbows and forearms under the shoulders. Bring those legs together and toes together. Create that mermaid tail. Squeeze the glutes so you're grounding that lower body onto the mat. It's not going to move anywhere. And press up through your forearms and look forward. Sending that static contraction into the lower back. Press your belly against the mat. And then release and rest your forehead on your hands. cobra poses, working that lower back. Let's start with hooded cobra, taking our hands under our shoulders, fingertips pressing toward the center of the mat. Elbows flared out. Bring those legs back together into that mermaid tail. Come up onto your forehead as if you were looking down your shirt. Take a deep inhalation. Press up. Look forward. Press that belly into the mat. And then release down. Look to the right. Bring those arms down to the side. Let your elbows flop open and your feet flop open. Rest. Breathe. Now bring those hands back under the shoulders, fingertips facing the top of the mat, keeping those upper arms close into the rib cage. Come back up onto the forehead. Mermaid tail, toes pressed away. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale, come up. Look forward. 3 breaths here. And then release down, turning your head to the left, arms back to your side, elbows flop open, feet flop open. Hands back under the shoulders. Press up, sit back into child pose. Give that lower back a nice stretch. Bring that rib cage down onto the thighs, dropping onto the forearms. And stack your fists, stack your hands, or stretch it out. Then come up, come around sitting into potted palm. Make sure you're on your sit bones. Cup your hands over your knees. We've worked that lower back, time to stretch it out. So lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath, round and release, roll back onto those sit bones. Chin tucks to the chest. Shoulders release away from your ears. Breathe into that back. Let that breath do all the work for you. Release and roll up. Let's take our hands out to the side. Bring them up shoulder height. Turn those palms forward. Spread those fingers wide. Take a deep breath and spinal twist to the right. Bringing hands to heart center, looking out over the right shoulder. Keeping that spine active in this pose. Crown of the head stretching toward the sky, tailbone rooted into the earth. Come back to center. Hands back out to the side. Take a deep breath. Bring those arms back up. And now spinal twist to the left. Hands come back to heart center, looking out over the left shoulder. Lifting up through the crown of the head. Come back to heart, to center. Up those hands back over the knees. Inhale, round and release that spine again. Tuck navel to spine, release, and roll up. Go ahead and get your strap. Let's take that left leg out long, right foot to the into the inner thigh, the knee or the calf, whatever you find most comfortable. And if you need a block under your knee for support, go ahead and place it there. Let's place that strap around our foot, more toward the heel than the ball of the foot. And then lengthen that spine, sit tall. Release those shoulders away from your ears. And using that stretch from sternum to chin, take a deep breath. Exhale and come forward. Looking out over those toes. You can walk your hands down the strap and go deeper into the stretch. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Change sides. Right leg extends, left leg comes in. Let's place that strap around the right leg. Nice and tall. Spine stretching, crown of the head reaching up toward the sky. Take a deep breath. Fold forward, looking out over those right toes. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. Full forward fold. Both legs extend. Come up. Deep breath. As you exhale, fold forward. Feel this stretch through the lower back. Just take it slow. Tuck navel to spine, release and roll up. All right. Let's go. While we're here, let's go down on the mat and do our hip release. Bring a block with you. You're going to want your strap close by. Start with your feet together. We're going to take the block long way between our knees and press into it. And to keep the upper part of our spine stable and not moving, we're going to take our forearms and press them into the mat to secure that upper body. And then start to rock those legs back and forth. Take it slow and breathe. We're going to do this 10 times. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Now take that block and turn it to the thinnest part. Place it back between the legs. Secure that upper body, press those upper arms down into the mat, and rock back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, check in with that upper body, 5, 6. Try your ujjayi breath here. 7. 8. 9. And last one, 10. Take that block, set it aside, and get your strap. Now take that strap and wrap it around the upper legs from back to front. Right hand takes the left strap, left hand takes the right strap, and now feet still together, pull, keeping those legs tight together. And rock side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep pulling on that strap, keep those legs together, 9, and last one, 10. All right. Let's go up into bridge. Tuck those shoulder blades underneath you to support that weight. Keep those feet together and press up into your bridge. Squeeze those glutes. Now, we're going to work the cervical vertebrae so the head goes side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take your block while you're still in your bridge and place it under your tailbone so it's comfortable. I'm going to do mine on the lowest height so I have a large amount of space to place that pelvis on. And then bring your knees to your chest and up into the air. Just stay here for a few moments. Letting that blood run down our legs. Usually it's flowing into the earth through our feet. This time it's coming up, down, up through the legs, down through the body, and up into the head and the brain. Pretty healthy. They say having your feet over your head, especially if you ever do this up against a wall, it's a great way if you're having problems sleeping. This will help. They suggest 20 minutes. We're not going to be up that long. So now, I want you to bend those knees. Take your right foot down first, then your left. Now we're going to stretch the hip flexors. So right leg is going to go out and rest on your heel. Left leg out. And there's that stretch. Tuck those shoulder blades underneath you. And just breathe into that belly. And gently bring that right foot back to the mat, left foot back. Lift up into your bridge and just set that block aside. We're going to roll that spine down one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone comes last. Take the legs out long, arms overhead, and stretch. Let's bring those knees in. Rock side to side. Release that right leg down. Gently take that left leg out. Wind frame pose. Arm goes out, right arm goes out to the side. And just gently place that left hand on the inner knee and open up that hip. If you can, keep that knee at waist height. Then bring that knee through center. Bring it across the right hip. Stretching across that lower back. Left arm's out to the side, keeping that left shoulder grounded. Come back to center, tuck knees to chest, rock side to side. Then extend the left leg out long and take that right leg up, wind frame. Right hand just rests on that inner knee. Left arm out to the side. A lot of hip opening going on this morning. Let's bring that leg back to center. I like to tuck my left hip under a little bit. Right arm out to the side and then draw that right leg across the left hip. And feel right here through the upper part of the pelvis. It's a good time to just let the breath do the work. Come back to center. Knees to chest, rock side to side. I want you to roll onto your right side and gently press yourself back up into your potted palm. All right, so our hips should be pretty open. Let's take those legs out long again. Let's cradle the baby. I haven't done this in a while. Start with that right leg. We're going to take that right ankle and place it on our left thigh. The baby from our feet up to our knee. I want you to lengthen that spine. As we take a deep breath, we're going to come forward, hinging at the hip. Keep that stretch, sternum to chin. And in the crook of your elbow, put it under your knee. And with the flat of your hand, support your ankle. We're going to lift straight up and bring it toward us. Take a look to make sure that your knee is in alignment with your hip. It's not way out here, it's in. Just as if you were holding a small baby. You'll feel that stretch as it comes down through the glute and up the outside of that right leg. Now let's put that leg down just as we picked it up. So hinge forward from the hip and set it back down. Release. Shake those legs out. And then left ankle to right thigh. Lengthen that spine, roll up into those sit bones. Stretching sternum to chin. Take a deep breath, hinge forward. Elbow under the knee, flat of the hand under the ankle. Lift up and bring it to. One side's going to feel completely different than the other, but that's okay. Perfectly normal. Great way to stretch those IT bands. All right, let's put this baby down. Hinge forward and gently set it down. Release and shake it out. Give me a deep breath up. Fold forward. This time, tuck your chin to your chest. Draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Check in with your body. See how it's feeling. Release and drool up. All right, let's come back up onto our hands and knees. We're going to tuck our toes under, walk our hands forward, fingers spread wide, up into downward facing dog. Press the earth away through the palms of your hands. Release those ankles. And then begin to bicycle your legs, moving one movement to one breath. Inhale, press. Exhale, press. Again, Ujjayi breath works here. Back to your down dog. Let's take our right leg up into the sky. Release that left ankle. Bend your knee and open that hip to the right. Another hip opener. We're going to take this knee, bring it to the back of our right wrist. Remember that big clock underneath you. Knee is over at 2 o'clock. Your foot is across, your toes are across at 8 o'clock. Sliding that left leg back. Go ahead and look back, make sure it's straight behind you. Then bring those hands under your shoulders, fingertips, cup palms, lift up. Stretch, sternum to chin, look up. Pigeon pose. And take a deep breath, release your upper body down. This is where you really have to listen to your body. Start by coming down onto your forearms. See how that right hip is feeling here. And you can stay here, you can stack your hands, rest your forehead on your hands. Breathing into that hip. Or if you feel so inclined that you can stretch out further, you want to walk your hands out and lay your forehead down. Then come back up onto the forearms first, back up onto those fingertips, and press up and look up. Walk your hands forward. Tuck those left toes under and take that right leg back up into the air and shake it out. Feels like it's fallen asleep. Bring it back down into your down dog and bicycle those legs. Now, time for the left side. Take that left leg up into the air. Bend the knee. Open up that hip. Looking out under that left arm. Then bring that left knee to the back of the left wrist. Toes are across the mat. Knee is at 10 o'clock.
Toes are at 4. Slide that right leg back. Look back, make sure it's straight behind you. Press up into your pigeon. Look up. And take a deep breath, leading with that heart center. Come down onto the forearms first. Check in with that hip, see how it's feeling. And then decide, do I stay here or do I walk it out? Come back up onto forearms. Bring those hands back under the shoulders. And press up. And look up. Walk your hands forward. Tuck those right toes under. And take that left leg back up into the sky. And shake it out. Bring it back to the mat and bicycle out your legs. All right, come back to your down dog. Give that body a great stretch. Then walk your feet forward, coming back into forward fold. Knees are soft. Let's lengthen, lift those hips, hands to your shins, press that upper body weight, look forward. Hands to your hips, bend those knees and roll that spine up. If you have water, go ahead, get a drink of water, and meet me back on the mat. Let's take our legs out long, out wide. Check our wingspan and just rest our arms at our side. Those hips should feel really good right now. Let's do a little hamstring stretch today. Going into pyramid pose. Hands on your hips. Let's hinge forward, flat back, keep that stretch, sternum to chin, and look forward. Coming down into a flat back. Release your hands under your shoulders. Release your body down, upper body. Let's start by releasing our hands to our elbows and just rock side to side. Then hands back under the shoulders. Turn your toes to the outer corners of the mat. And we're going to walk toward our right foot. Our left toe is going to come in, and that right toe is going to swivel or circle out so it faces the top of the mat. Bring both hands to each side of that right foot. Rest your rib cage and bend that knee. And just rest your rib cage on that thigh. We're almost ready for pyramid. Come up to fingertips, cup palm, take a deep breath, and let's see if we can straighten that leg this morning. Really feeling that stretch up through the hamstring. Bring that knee back over the ankle. Walk around back to the center of the mat. Toes come back, pointed toward the outer corners. Knees can be soft here. Or you can straighten them. Release and just rock your body back and forth again. Release your hands down. And now let's walk toward the bottom of our mat, turning our right toes in, left toes toward the bottom. Knee bends, hand on each side of that left foot. Rest your upper body onto that thigh. Shake out your head. You want your upper body pretty much relaxed when you do pyramid pose. Now, stretch and straighten. If you can't get it all the way straight, that's fine. Just take it as far as you can handle it. Remember, there is no pain in yoga, just challenge. One hamstring's always going to be tighter than the other. Then bend that knee. Walk back to center. Toes back to the outer corners. Soft knees. Press up, fingertips cup palms, hands to your hips, and come up very slowly. And make sure that you walk your feet in, heel, toe, protecting those knees. Check out your legs. All right. Okay. I think for balance today, we should give tree a try. So feet hip width apart. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to center and ground. Now let's start by taking those right toes out toward the top of the mat. Remember that as soon as we release this right leg, the left leg becomes our stability. So we want to pull up out of that knee, up out of that hip. Place all our strength in our core. Lift up through the crown of your head. And then bring that heel rested on that left ankle. Keep that leg out to the side. Check in with your balance here. How is it doing today? Can we release this right foot to our calf? Keeping that knee rotated outward. And then from here, grow our branches. Releasing those shoulders away from the ears. See if you can bring your hands overhead and flare those elbows out. Incorporate those back muscles into this pose. Hands come back through heart center. And release. If you need to, shake out those legs. Come back, hands to heart center. Take a moment. Let's ground and center. And take those left toes toward the bottom of the mat. Lift out of this right knee, out of this hip. Place all our strength in our core. Keep those hips perfectly balanced. You don't want one higher than the other. Our core is strong in this pose. Bring that left ankle, the left heel rested on the right ankle. Check in with your balance on this side. See if you can lift that. I like to wrap my foot kind of round my calf. And then curl your branches. Hands overhead, flare those elbows out. That whole upper body is so strong in this pose. And then come back to heart center and release. And shake out your legs. Very good. All right. If you need a drink of water, go ahead and get it. Meet me at the top of the mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms to the sky. Swan dive, flat back, forward fold. Soften those knees, coming back into forward fold, and step back into downward facing dog. Stretch out that body. Drop onto your knees. Go ahead and sit into child pose for a moment. Rest and recover. Come slowly up. Let's turn ourselves around, going back down onto the mat, knees to chest. Let's take our knees out toward our shoulders. Up into happy baby. I'm taking hold of my fingertip with my index and middle finger. Just take a hold of that big toe. Take those knees to the outside edges of the ribcage. Then rock side to side here. And straighten your legs. Then release, tuck those knees back to your chest. Take those legs out long, arms overhead. Stretch. Now bring your heels to the outside edges of the mat for windshield wipers. Take those arms out to the side. Let's drop those knees toward the left as we look to the right. Our hips should be pretty loosened up by now, so this should feel fairly pain-free. Bring those knees back to center. Drop them to the right. Lift your head and look to the left. Bring those knees back to center. This time we're going to take them back to the left and take our left foot and gently place it on that right thigh. Right arm goes up overhead and stretch. You should feel a stretch all the way up that body. Once again, stretching that IT band that runs down the outside of that right leg. Banana back out to the right. Release that left foot, come back to center. Drop those knees to the right. Right foot rests gently on that left thigh. Left arm goes overhead. Breathe and stretch. To the side, release that right foot, back to center. Tuck your knees to your chest. Oh, rock side to side. And then release those legs out long. Once again, arms overhead and stretch. Let's end today with our central nervous system release. So what we want to do is we want to bring our arms down to the side. I like my palms facing the sky. Heels into the ground. You're going to really press those heels into that mat. And then start to get that body just up and down. Once that rock up and down gets up to the head, make sure that that head goes right along with it. And just focus on your spine here. After a while, you'll start to really, really enjoy this. It just really loosens up all that soft tissue, gets the blood flowing, just releases and relaxes. And then release, let those feet flop open. Take a deep breath, melt into that mat. Let the whole back of your body just melt into that mat. Feel all the places that your body meets the mat. Fingers are softly curved and we can feel that heat and energy swirling around in the palms of our hands. All is right with the world. We've just honored our bodies for the past few minutes by giving it our full attention, giving it our breath. And then very gently tuck those knees back to your chest. Rolling on to your right side. And slowly press back up once again into potted palm. Tuck your chin to your chest. Nice deep breaths. Good time for ujjayi breathing. And slowly begin to open your eyes. Lengthen that spine, lifting the crown of your head to the sky. Keep a deep breath up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, this time bringing hands through heart center into prayer. Namaste. My spirit honors yours. Thank you for coming today. I hope you enjoyed the class. You know you can always find it again. Total Fitness, Carolyn Anderson on YouTube. Love you, miss you.